Nobody's really happy with the way things are, and you know nobody gonna love you when you're down and out. Nobody for president, nobody for president, nobody.
Okay, a lot of people have asked me. First of all, I'm not up to talk about Woodstock's this set at all. I mean, I tell people the 80s or the 60s, 20 years later. Old feathers and a brand new bird. These are the good old days, yes. Woodstock was created for wallets, and the universe took over and did a little dance. And it was amazing. I have a line in the movie, there is a little bit of heaven in every disaster area. But right now, if this planet Earth is not a certified disaster area, I don't know what is. And this little bit of heaven is a chunk of it right here as we're exchanging a little data about humor and civil disobedience.
Yeah! Right on!
But after Woodstock, we were asked to do a rodeo in Texas. No, we weren't. Excuse me. My chromosomes have amnesia here. We got back from Woodstock, and everybody had moved to Laytonville from all over America. Not to Laytonville, to Llano. See, it was that last bud that did it. Okay, they were. and the hog farm looked like a DP camp with a view. But right away, this gig came in. Go to Texas. The cowboys are driving through the hippie campgrounds with whale hooks attached to ropes on their bumpers, looking to snag freaks in sleeping bags. I remember arriving and pitching my tent between 3 trees, getting up in the morning, grabbing a bunch of merry pranksters and hog farmers, and going to the cowboy rodeo grounds and sitting down with those rodeo clowns and breaking out one of them skinny cigarettes of sensational Sensimilla. Next thing you know, the Bronc Riders come over and say, give me some of that shit. And the Brahma Bull Riders are all sitting there, you know, getting it on, just being sentient critters on the planet. And we explain our problem, and they said, well, let's go over there. So we all get in our cars and trucks, and we drive over to the hippie campground on Lake Dallas, and swept the police away. They weren't letting people with short hair at the moment, but we were hired to do security again. I remember getting off the plane at Woodstock when we didn't know we were security, and the police said, well, you're security. You're doing security. I thought we were doing free kitchens and fire trails, and I had a bear suit and a rubber shovel. And if hippies did dopey fires, I was going to beat on them with a rubber shovel. So remember, folks. So the world press says, well, you're doing security. I said, well, do you feel secure? The guy says, yeah. I said, well, see, it's working. Fucking Moses. He says, well, what are you going to use for riot control? I said, well, we'll use cream pies and seltzer bottles. He's writing it down, cream pies and seltzer bottles. So, okay, so here I am in Texas, once again, the police chief. And the cowboys started living on the roofs of their cars, and this was at Lake Dallas. And everybody started skinny dipping. They saw the skinny dipping in the Woodstock publicity, and they wanted to put their bare cheeks into the sun and make a statement, you know. So there's all these bare butts flashing in the surf, and it was just wonderful. The pay stage was 6 miles away in a speedway. And I remember going down there and first of all thanking the chemists of Texas, because people would just come into the freakout tent, sniff the incense and giggle and leave. Woo! I went to the sound booth, which was my friend Chip Monk, who made that wonderful announcement at Woodstock. If you have taken the green acid, you have just been poisoned. And Chip has a voice like a melted Hershey bar being poured in your ear. Well, we're standing there, and this is in Texas, and this Janis Joplin is on stage, and this guy comes running up. He says, "Wavy Gravy." No, he says, "Hey, I'm not Wavy Gravy yet." He says, "Hey, Hugh Romney, look here." And he had this. He said, "We heard at Woodstock you wanted to use seltzer bottles and cream pies. Well, I don't know where the pie shells are, but here's this case of Ready Whip. Do you know what to do with it?" I said, "Yeah." "Yeah, I know what to do with it." "Chip, do you know what to do with it?" "Yeah, I know what to do." So we take the Ready Whip, and you just touch it lightly, and you can get a fairly substantial hit of nitrous oxide. So I'm going for the gas, and Janice hits this note that is like all the subways in the world kind of gargling. And my finger slipped, and I blasted 5 pounds of whipped cream into my cerebral cortex. It starts coming out my nose just as the world press come to me. Here he is, the voice of Woodstock. So we went to sleep. We were exhausted.